Hey everyone, how's it going? Connor here with another book review. This one is Cenotaph Road #2, The Sorcerer's Skull by Robert E. Vardeman. Anyone that's watched my channel knows that I've been collecting a lot of books by him, and I've now read two. So I really enjoy Cenotaph Road. It was good. It was just a good middle of the road kind of sword and sorcery. This one literally picks up exactly where the first one finished. So you find out the who Lan and Krek and Onyx thought was the big bad guy wasn't, and that it was actually this skull, and he's a ancient sorcerer known as Claybor. They grab the kinetic sphere, which little bit of explanation. A Cenotaph Road is magic, a portal that's opened up from a consecrated grave of a hero where the body is irretrievable. So it's quite specific. And so if you're able to go into one of these graves, you can ride the Cenotaph Road to go to another world. But you have no control over where you're going to go. The kinetic sphere was created as a way to be able to control which world you go to when you travel the Cenotaph Road. And so this one picks up where Claybor, Onyx, Krek, and Lan are scattered through the Cenotaph because they find out Claybor's the big bad. He drops the kinetic sphere. Onyx gets lost in this white fog in between worlds. And Lan and Krek fortunately land on the same world. And they're taken in by this city, extravagant city. So Krek, you find out pretty easily, Krek is ensorcelled to become a gladiator in the arena. Basically, the ruler of this town finds pleasure in watching Krek kill. She rubs up and down against his legs, and there's a few more descriptive things. I'm not even going to say what they are, it's a bit weird. And Lan is the same, and this lady keeps wanting to sleep with him all the time. And you find out that the ruler of the city and like 300 or something of the rich elite all watch him because it's the only way they find pleasure anymore. There's more details, but I won't get into that. So Lan and Krek eventually break from the spell, and they need to race up this mountain, Mount Tartanius, because Krek can see that's where the kinetic sphere is. So Krek is able to see where the Cenotaph roads are on any given planet, and it becomes a race up mountain because they know Claybor is on his way up as well. They come across some interesting characters. There's Esnol, and again, Robert E. Vardeman's great with these character names in this. Esnol and a bunch of pilgrims that believe the earth, like dirt and the earth, are sacred. They roll around in the dirt every day and throw dust and dirt all over them. They wish to climb to the peak of the mountain because they believe that's where the pilgrimage is leading them to be. They believe the sky is evil as well. Then, so Krek and Lan join them for safety in numbers because they've been attacked and they know that, that maybe the evil queen will find a way to get them back. And you find out basically this giant mountain isn't a normal mountain. You learn it was most likely made by magics. There's more plateaus than there should be. There's almost canyons as well. There's giant forests. There's more spiders that aren't as big as Krek and aren't as intelligent as Krek. They try to kill Lan and a few other humans, and it becomes this race up the giant mountain to beat Claybor, who has somehow found a way to climb a mountain, even though he's only a skull, to get the kinetic sphere so they can find Onyx. And they've met this other character called Abasi Abi. He's this really old sorcerer who's like this arch human Claybor arch enemies, and he swears that Land is a sorcerer as well. And Lan says, "No, no, I only know some really basic spells." And Abasi goes, "No, no, the way you weave spells together is actually really complicated. You dunce. How do you not know you're a sorcerer?" And basically, he's just the grumpy old sorcerer who keeps saying that Lan is dumb and annoying. And there's, different things along the way. Lan, starts getting better control over spells he never knew he could manipulate in certain ways. And, it's the ending the ending's predictable, but it services the need for the series to continue. And again, this is just perfect middle of the road sword and sorcery, mainly action. Every time it starts to slow down, it picks right up again. They fight a giant scorpion, they fight rock monsters. There's a giant flood when Claybor sends, he breaks basically the natural dam so they get flooded, and it's go 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 the whole way. And then there's the puzzle at the end on top, which is basically shows what this cover is. They find mirror reflections of themselves and they fight those and stuff like that. Again, Robert E. Vardeman's writing is very, cheap workman, middle of the road kind of stuff. He will, out of nowhere, I thought I'd written it down, but I think I lost my notes. He's very basic in his prose, and then out of nowhere will choose a very uncommon word to just put in the middle of a sentence. And you're like, why? Like, maybe he was just wanting to. It felt like he was trying to remind me as a reader that, hey, I know other words. you know, I'm a writer. It was fun. I look forward to reading the third one. I fully intend to finish this series before I start one of his others, because every book every book he wrote was a series. So I don't want to pick up too many series at the same time. I'm going through the Dylan Santiago series. I'm also going through the Cenotaph Road series. So I want to finish one of them before I pick up another series. I don't know when I will. I've committed myself to about 2 other books. The third one in the Dylan and Santiago series, and then I plan on reading the third Cenotaph Road. Unless, I change my mind, I am a mood reader and I choose to read the third Cenotaph Road before I read the third Dylan Santiago. I give this a good 3.5 out of 5. If you're expecting some really deep plot, you're not going to like it. But if you want something that's just serviceable, constantly fights, has a really funny giant spider companion who, I'm pretty sure he's depressed, but it's all in this real, sardonic humor. He's really entertaining. He's definitely the highlight of the 2 books so far. Yeah, it's 220 pages. It's a quick read, and I recommend it. Thanks for watching.